The time now is 8:10 on Radio Christian Voice. Thank you for joining us. This is the Cavmont Smart Money Show. And joining us in the studio this morning, we have Chill. So
Good morning, everybody. I hope you are well. Yes, welcome to today's Cavmont Bank Smart Money Show. And yes, we are definitely live on Radio Christian Voice, but we'd also like to invite or welcome all of our viewers on Facebook. Hello. So if you'd like to see what's happening, we are live on Facebook. After this, you can also watch us on YouTube. And welcome to our viewers on Diamond TV. So I hope everybody's been checking out the show on Diamond TV. I was just saying this on Facebook that I do not feel that you are all watching Diamond TV on Tuesdays at 7:30. But obviously, if you're on Diamond TV right now watching, that means you're watching.
That means you are watching.
Yeah.
True.
So never mind. We apologize for starting late for those on Facebook and those on the radio. We had some traffic hitches. Yeah, and oh my goodness, I don't even want to talk about it and go into it. It's really depressing me.
But anyway, we are here.
We are here.
So we're going to do this.
Right.
What are we talking about today?
Okay, so you know what? The holiday season is kind of coming to an end. I think it's for most people, they're starting to go back to work. School's open.
reality has kicked in.
You know, we all know what that means. When school opens, it's
what does
like,
it mean when school
well, it just means you all have to wake up an hour earlier. You have to leave like an hour earlier. You're yelling at your children to be ready to go. You know, it's just so stressful. Cool. Then I think about homeschool, and then I'm like, no.
What you actually consider?
Then I was like, more stress. So what we're gonna look at now is sort of our next holiday is Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah.
But this is after my birthday. I would just like it to be known a little bit. This is a little bit after my birthday. So the next holiday sort of, or the next occasion, should I say, is Valentine's Day. And I mean, for many people, Valentine's Day is a time to celebrate love. But for some people, it's not a good time.
Yeah, it's right.
For
some people, it's not a good
for many
time.
reasons.
Okay.
Memories. For some people, memories. For other people, it's like, I've never had a good day on Valentine's. Like, nobody has ever taken
Is that
them
you?
out. No, we do the taking out.
Who I want to be like, who are you taking out? You know what I mean?
Taking out.
Yeah,
okay.
Chola, you're very quiet, so you're not being taken out?
She doesn't
I
want...
am being taken out.
By that person you keep discussing.
Yeah.
They can't see your eyebrows.
Come on,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
She did that, so I'm just
so
like...
you're just following suit.
But at least I said something.
I know.
Yeah. So Valentine's Day, everybody, can be obviously a really great, or for some people not such a great time because it's very commercialized. But what I want everyone to know is that as we sort of started our new year, I want you to start investing in your mental health through self-love, in order to be much more financially secure, financially happy, and financially free. All right? So what a great time to start other than Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day is an awesome time to start sort of giving yourself that self-love, that self-freedom, financial freedom, and making yourself, really much more financially independent in sort of the upcoming year. So if you're like many people, Valentine's Day, yes, can hold a negative connotation, but because maybe sometimes it's over-commercialized, it's not, who knows what Valentine's Day is really all about, to be honest.
Right.
But anyway, and if you're single, it can be emotionally turbulent, or at least emotionally turbulent, or at least it can be mildly annoying, all right?
Yeah.
And even if you're married and Mr. D did not remember to get you something, it can have a lot of turbulence in the house.
There's a comment actually
about from Mr. D. No excuses for shopping. Yeah. Anyway, Mr. D. All right. So basically, what I want to look at basically is how we turn this holiday into loving yourself more on a budget. Okay. You know, I'm always about on a budget, right?
Yeah.
On a situation. So one of the things is this is a great opportunity to show yourself some well-deserved love. So it could be cheesy. Okay, and many psychology studies suggest that self-love and compassion are actually key to our financial health and financial well-being.
Okay.
That if we show ourselves some love, those people tend to be better off. When I say better off financially, I don't mean have more money.
Right.
Just be in a better off financial situation and have a better financial well-being. So either not even necessarily accepting your situation, but sort of knowing how to live within your means, not trying to go above and beyond things you cannot do.
To please
financially,
people you don't like.
Yeah, exactly. And you're doing financial things for yourself, to take care of yourself, as opposed to trying to be a superstar in society or trying to, please others that don't even care about you, to be honest.
I know. Yeah. Okay.
So I've got about 6 tips to show for us to share, and I want everyone to show yourself some tender love and care, some TLC, everybody.
Right.
Tender love and care without killing your budget. The first thing that's really important, and I think sometimes as we get so deep into society, and from a financial point of view, when we're thinking so hard about how am I going to make this work, how am I going to work, we forget about our loved ones. Okay, so I want you to connect more with your loved ones. I don't mean through technology, like let me just call my mom on Skype or text them or call my grandma who's going to be shouting on the phone, because that's how my grandma is.
Mine too.
Nina knew you.
Introduce yourself like 4 times.
No, some are worse. Some are worse. Some are worse. And then I've got another one who I think she tries to be like a lady. So she's like, hello. And you're like, Mama, it's me. Oh, Bachilunga. You know what I mean? So
very collected.
Very collected, cool, calm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not necessarily through technology. So many of us have relationships and friendships solely taking place online and through our phones. And I don't mean your Facebook friends. I mean your real friends and family, but you never see them. So they just, exactly. So one of the things is try having face-to-face contact. It has got a lot more power to keep sort of depression about things at bay. From a money point of view, and this is where the mental, having a good sound mental sort of situation for you helps, is that when you visit with friends and family, it could even be something simple like a nice long walk. Let's catch up over coffee or tea. I think you'll pleasantly be surprised on how much this can shift your state of worrying. And then sometimes when you've got huge money problems, try talking to someone about it. Doesn't mean you're asking them for money, but sometimes offloading helps you think about how to get out of a bad situation.
True.
Sometimes when you're feeling like you're drowning, and everybody has had this experience. I've had this experience, and my own experience, I remember once I felt like I was drowning. I was like, how am I going to get out of this situation? Nothing I do seems to work. And everything. And then because you're in that situation, you're taking yourself to the wrong areas to fix it.
Right.
Because you can't think. You can't think. And all I did was I met up with one of my friends who shall remain nameless. But if you can see her name, it's right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I met up with one of my friends, and all we did was honestly have like a cup of tea somewhere.
Right.
And then she just says, why don't you do A, B, C, D? And it made so much sense.
Yeah.
Right.
She
And
gave
then
you perspective.
Yeah, she gave me perspective, and the next day I went and did what she suggested. And honestly, I found funds that I didn't even realize were there and could help me get out of the financial situation I was in. I wasn't looking to talk to her to ask her for money or to get me out, no. But she was obviously not in my situation, and so she could see things clearly. Yeah. So, reach out to your loved ones when you're just like in a state and you don't know how you're going to get past or beyond this situation.
Can I reach out to her?
To Mahungu.
You called her name out.
Just kidding. But not kidding. But anyway, no, she's my friend.
Yeah, that's all right.
Get your own friend.
You don't understand.
You know what I mean? Get your own friend, please. You've even got 3 siblings, don't you?
I mean, they are supposed to be like big brother, we are stuck.
Hey, these days it's just a brother, period. You know what I mean? Brother, sister. It's not about big or little
Yeah.
these days. You know what I mean? The
Right.
next thing I want you to do to show yourself some self-love, to clear your mind, is clean and organize your living space on the cheap.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
People are like, really, Jill? House cleaning going to help my financial situation?
Mm.
Okay.
Right.
Here's the thing. We've been told that everything is made up of energy, right? Science told us this, right? Including inanimate objects. And when you take that into account, it makes so much more sense that the energy in your room affects your mood and your mentality at that
Right,
moment.
right.
So decluttering can be a very rewarding experience financially and emotionally. So take the time to organize your room, your house in a way that pleases you. I know this sounds really weird, but I think there's something therapeutic when you're doing. For some people, it's washing dishes. Some people, it's sweeping. Some people, it's building something. And then I think what it is because you're sort of alone doing this activity. And then you start, because you're focusing on, and the activity is a bit mundane. So it's not like you've got to put all your mind into it, right? But because you're doing this activity, you start to think. And it's all about thinking about getting into a better financial situation and being better, have a better financial well-being. And
Right.
doesn't mean you're in a bad situation. Doesn't have
Yeah.
to be that. But it
Yeah.
could be like, what else can I do? One of the things I'm trying to see is I want to start seeing what else I could do to better prepare for my retirement. So some of these things, you're just there, you're sort of washing the dishes, like I said, or sweeping or doing whatever it is, cleaning up, organizing your house. And you can think, you know what? I'm really good at A, B, C, D. Why can't I turn this into a second career? Or why can't I make it like a side gig or something like that? So it's not just about, cleaning your house. Or
All
for
right.
some people, it's gardening.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of people, it's gardening.
Chill, can
Yeah.
we take a quick break?
Let me do number 3,
Okay.
and then we'll take a break.
All right.
The other thing I want everyone to start looking at is self-love meditations, okay? Now, studies show just how incredible meditation and prayer can be for our well-being. Meditation can be very cost-effective, and prayer is free. I mean, really, it's just you. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Very cost-effective, and it does improve your self-worth. Whether it's sometimes for some people, you get people who are like, I don't really know how to pray the way I want to, or I don't know how to meditate. The great thing about living in 2019
Yes.
is that there's apps for everything.
Oh, yeah.
Apps for every single thing. Yesterday, I was talking to one of my friends in the office. Hey, Reeds. And she was like, she's been using this app called the Calm app.
Okay.
Okay.
And it helps her just when she's worried about how am I going to do this or how am I going to do that. And then I tried it, and it works because in that moment when maybe, let's say, something hits you financially, and you're like, oh my goodness, I have to all of a sudden pay school fees for 3 kids. How am I going to manage this? You just need to be calm. They always tell you once you get calm, you can think clearly, okay? Or you can open your mind, rather.
Right.
So, for her, and I tried the app once, and it does work. For her, this Calm app just
Helps her to get into.
yeah, you breathe a little
relaxed
bit, and so that's the great thing is you can find so many apps, and there have a lot of these apps have preloaded guided meditations or ways to pray depending on what you are praying for. It actually says pray for money like this, or thousands of videos on YouTube, even going through a mindful walk, not necessarily a physical walk, but you're walking in your mind, seeing what's in your mind, and deciding this is how I want financially things to look like, and I'm gonna do what I need to do for to get there. You even have the opportunity to improve your life significantly in general. Actually,
Yeah.
people tend to be a lot more calm.
What did you
I
just
said not
whisper?
me. But I mean, when I say calm, I don't mean like you're not an outgoing person. I just mean you don't let things bother you so much. I realized that when I started just to pray, I started praying a few years ago for just to relax because I never used to sleep. I would be stressed all the time. I'd be thinking all the time, how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to take care of this? How am I going to do this? Even if I think there was no need to worry about it, but I was such a person full of stress about those things that it didn't matter. You could just tell me one time that, oh, maybe I budgeted 5,000 kwacha for something, and someone tells me actually it's 7,000. Oh my gosh, that's the end for chill.
end of
oh
the
my
world.
goodness, yeah.
Right.
So once I learned how to be calm, now I just go, okay, there's going to be a way to sort of, I'm still stressed, but there's going to be a way to sort of figure it out.
All right,
Yeah.
great. Okay, we got on a quick break. You're tuned into Radio Christian Voice this morning. And those of you that are watching us on Diamond TV, remember you can actually listen to us in Lusaka, Livingston, Ndola, Kapiri, Mposhi, Kitwe,
Solwezi.
and also Solwezi. Yeah, can stream live as well.
All those
Yes.
places where there's Cavmont branches, just so everybody knows, except for Kapiri and Poshi. But everywhere else, there is a Cavmont branch. I don't know why you're even sitting on your couch. Go and open your account right now. Maybe the time.
let them
Finish the
finish
show,
the show.
and tomorrow go and open your Cavmont bank
Great stuff.
account.
All
Yeah.
righty.
Stay tuned. We take a break. All right, this is the Cavmont Smart Money Show. Thank you for joining us wherever you are watching or listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been talking about things relating obviously to Valentine and how you can love yourself a little
Mentally, so that you are in a better financial situation. All right.
Yes.
The other thing that I think we've stopped doing and we need to do is read books that feed your soul.
Okay.
Okay. Whether it's fiction, non-fiction, doesn't matter. You guys know of the chicken soup books.
I've heard of them, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's also you never want to look like you're promoting some other, books or whatever, but there's some some other really good spiritual books out there, that feed into. And the great thing about some of these books is they actually, like, there's one that I read a long time ago, and it was, I think, Chicken Soup for the Financially Faint-Hearted, something along those lines. I could have the title wrong. Sorry about that. But all it talks about is how to be better in, like, with yourself, and then that energy you portray will make your financial well-being much better.
Okay.
Right.
Do you know, remember we were talking about poveration and there's no more poveration in 2019?
Right.
Yeah, poveration is our year for the word. Poveration is if your mindset is in that poverty state,
Yeah.
okay, and this never has anything to do with how much money you make. There are people who make 400 kwacha a month that are in poveration, people who make 4,000, people who make 40,000 kwacha, they can all be in poveration because it's about your mental state, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you, in your mind and in your soul and in your heart, you say to yourself, I'm not going to be in poveration, and I'm going to take steps to make sure that I'm financially in a better position in terms of my well-being, okay? That your salary does not have to change. And you've got to read, and of course, number one is watch the Smart Money Show, of course. Yeah, hello.
Listen to it, watch it, go
Back to it,
YouTube,
find
everything.
topics that are relevant to you.
Yeah.
If it's money in your as a couple, Ingrid touched on this on Monday. Everybody was
Yeah.
very excited about what bank with boo? What was that? What was it? What was it? Like
there was a boo word somewhere there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. She's gonna come on and tell us in a minute. And then if it's about dealing with your parents that are elderly, it's about dealing with your work, whatever it is. You've got listen to the Smart Money Show, watch the Smart Money Show, but also read. There's so many things to read out there. There's your Bible, but there's also things that are very much targeted to
Specific
very specific. How to be better financially in your marriage, in your family, in yourself, but to prepare for your retirement, all of that stuff. And that's reading that feeds your soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this Valentine's, perhaps you will go out and buy yourself a lovely book on finances that feeds into your soul. And I don't mean finances that tells you, oh, this is how you calculate your budgets and your statements. No, that will show you how to, no matter what you earn, to live in your means, but to also live a comfortable enough life that you want to live, no matter how much money you earn. Because trust me, it's very easy for us to say, I don't earn enough money. Trust me, nobody thinks they earn enough money.
Yeah.
Even
I
that
was
person
actually
that makes
saying that.
150,
Money is
180,
never enough.
200,000 a month
Yeah.
will tell you it's not enough.
Yeah.
But you'll
When I'm a
find,
shortage,
you'll find that the person who earns 2,000 kwacha, because they're in a much better much better state financially, mentally, they are probably so much better off than that person who's even earning like 200,000.
Right.
All right. So number 6, I want you to invest in yourself with free or inexpensive classes around your community. Okay. See what you can find in your community. Learn something new while in a social environment, because it also takes you out of that worrying constantly. Have you found that there are people who have to go to the gym all the time? They run, or people who belong to some painting class or an art class, and this thing that they do sort of takes them out of that mental stress constantly. You know, when you run, when you go to your cooking class, when you go to your art class, whatever it is that you do that is your thing, you need that as a human being, because it just takes you from, you're not running away from the problems. That's not what we're talking about. But it puts you in another situation to begin to think a little bit better. You know, thinking when you are in the wrong frame of mind is the worst thing you can do. Because the decisions you make from that
won't be so good.
Yes. And they'll always be like uninformed. You didn't think about them. They'll always, and
you were under pressure.
Right. And it'll always be like, this is my only opportunity. This is the only thing I have. This is the only thing I can do. But maybe there's a lot of other options out there, but you're not thinking about that. So if you can find an inexpensive, I don't want to add on to your pile of expensive, but find an inexpensive class, something cheap to do in your community. It's gonna work wonders. And the great thing about these days is that we're so advanced in Zid that we've got so many things we can do. I mean, my husband used to play golf every Saturday. I don't know why he stopped, but anyway, he used to play golf every Saturday. That was sort of his therapeutic whatever to think about how to do whatever. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I would like you to do is this Valentine's Day, love yourself, okay? I want you to get your mind right. Get your mind right, okay? Get your mind right financially. Start getting out of the impoveration. Cameraman, are we getting out of the impoveration? They can just hear your voice. Stop nodding your head. Say yes so they can hear. Yes, see? Even cameraman says he is getting out of the impoveration. We are getting out of the impoveration, people. Let's also get out of the impoveration as a country.
Yeah.
I'm not getting political.
Yeah, you
I'm
took
just
a pause
saying.
on that one. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
We do need to.
I'm just saying. And you know what? If we start teaching no impoveration imagine if we start teaching our kids from the beginning. Then their mind, they would never think like they're in poverty. Okay? And then they would, whatever it is they make, and again, I will stress this over and over, it is not about how much money you make. Because trust me, doesn't matter if I make 10,000 or 5,000 or 1,000 or 25,000, we can still all be in impoveration with whatever we make. So making more money is great, yes. And if that's what you feel you need, then by all means do what you got to do. That is legal and within normal means. But if you can get mentally, start seeing yourself outside of that. Do you know most very successful, financially successful individuals, do you know a lot of them say, I saw myself like this. They began picturing themselves like this, living like this, doing these things that are important. Maybe I want to take my children on a vacation every year, like this, like this. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck, like this. So I begin to see myself mentally like this in a much better financially well-being situation.
And then the actions
do you know
follow.
those things, they work and they're real. So, ladies and gentlemen, this Valentine's Day, love yourself, all right? Above all, no matter what time of year it is, be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up when you cannot pay for something, meet some of your goals or wants, say, can you meet your needs at least? Real needs, not a shoe. A cute shoe. Maybe it's a real shoe just to walk in. Ultimately, ultimately, you're all you've got. You know that, right? You're all you've got, ultimately. And it's, here on this earth, not with our, yes. And it's important that you love, support, and honor yourself that way. And you can be a better friend, family, and member, and mentor, and parent, and partner, and spouse when you are not, like, so stuck in your financial problems.
Cool.
You know.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. I trust that's all we've had for today.
That's for today, and I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. We're going to see a little bit of what everyone says on Facebook before I just tell you where to find us and all that stuff. So what is everybody saying?
With your boo. That's,
Okay, you know what?
But
Ingrid likes this. So she forgot that she pushed Cavmont Bank. So now Cavmont Bank is reminding us budget with your boo. And then she also wrote budget with your boo. Okay. Wesley says, enjoying this, looking sharp, Vaneva, chill, good to have you back. Thanks, Wesley. Thanks for tuning in. But I will stress once again, guys, I think mentally we need to start seeing where we want to be. No more impoveration, okay?
Yeah.
No more impoveration.
Yeah, I was
How come
just
you're not
thinking
saying it
quickly,
like...
no more impoveration?
Yeah,
I was
even
thinking,
you, no
if
more impoveration.
If there's going to be impoveration, the kind I want is the one where I'm earning 200,000 kwacha, not 1,000 kwacha. But I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
wow.
You
No
know
more
what, dear, you're
impoveration.
really... I don't have words.
No
words. No words. So thank you everybody for tuning in on Radio Christian Voice. We'd also like to thank all those that were live with us on Facebook. So if you've got lots of things to say, please do so. Inbox us, write to us all the time. Check out our page. We've got tons of tips that we share on a daily basis. If you are a Cavmont customer, thank you so much for being with us and supporting us. If you are not, I don't know why. I don't know why you're not. And I'll give you one chance to go to Cavmont Bank and open your bank account. Why? Because we're the greatest bank in Zambia.
Awesome.
Don't forget, you can also still apply for your unsecured 150,000 kwacha loan. We are still running our This Could Be You campaign. So if you've got a salary, please, and you need some money to do something that will make you some money, okay, or that is a good investment, please come on to Cavmont Bank and apply for your 150,000 kwacha loan. We've also got home loans. So if you find that house that fits and you just say, this is our home and we love it, please come on down to Cavmont Bank because we've got your home loan that fits. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And for all our radio and Facebook viewers, we shall see you on Friday. For all our viewers on TV, see you next week.
All
Take
right.
it easy.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
God bless. Bye-bye.